Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System 22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, bit of great news today. A few days ago, Elegant Themes released 6 off-canvas menus for Divi 5. It's free download as it says. I'll put this link down below the video. What we're going to do today is just show you how to download them, install them, how to customize them to your own needs. Once you get to this page, you can go down, take a look at them in the preview of the ones you like. I'm actually going to use number 5 for mine today, and this is what we came up with. I sort of customized it to my needs. I've got a little button up here that just says menu. It's going to pop up. Of course, you can have anything you want on here, but I've just looped our pages so we can go to any page we want. Excellent. Really easy to do. No coding involved at all. So let's get started. Let's go back to the home page. Okay. Well, the first thing we want to do is go to this page. We want to actually download these layouts. And from the top, if you just roll down a little bit, have a read, have a look around. There's some great info down here. Hit the download 6 off-canvas menus or download for free. It'll take you down here. It may ask you to put in your email address. I've already put mine in. I'm signed into my Elegant Themes account. Once you do that, this button's going to appear. Left click on it to download the files. It's going to download them to your default location. Okay, once they're downloaded, go ahead and browse them. It's going to download them as a zip file. All we need to do is right click and extract them. I've put them in a little folder here. I'm going to extract them here inside the folder. And we've got 2 types. We've got default, which will take on the stylings or your global colors of the site that you're importing them to. Or we've got the pre-styled here, which obviously, as they say, are pre-styled. Let's roll with some pre-styled. And I think I said I was going to use number 5 today. So to use these, we need to import them into our Divi theme builder. Let's just move this out of the way. If we go back, let's go down to the dashboard. I meant to say we need to go to our Divi library to import these, not the theme builder. We'll be going there in a minute. So go down to your Divi library. Here's the one I imported just now to do that layout for us. Let's trash that and we'll start again from scratch. I'm going to go up to import and export. I want to import, obviously. Let's grab the one that we want over here. Number 5, I'm just going to left click on it. I'm going to drag it to where it says no file selected and release. Or you can hit the choose file button and browse to it that way if you want to. I'm not going to check import presets. I'm going to go ahead and hit import Divi builder layouts. Okay, well that was very quick. Now to use this, here it is in our library here. We need to build it into a header, either a custom header or a global header. So let's go down here, again down to Divi. This time we are going to go to the theme builder. Now here's some custom headers and things that I built in other videos. Here's the global header we built to do this today. Let's just trash that, and again we'll start from scratch. Once I trash this and save the changes, we go back to our page here. It's no longer going to be this one. It'll go back to the default menu. There we go. We've got the Divi default there. I think I had a little mega menu drop down. Okay, well, let's go back to our theme builder. Make this happen. I'm going to hit add global header. Like I say, you can use a custom header and just have different ones on different pages if you want to. We're going to have this everywhere that we've not got a custom header. I'm going to hit build global header. I'm going to hit choose pre-made layout, or you can hit the little blue button. It will take you to the same place. My save layouts. And here it is, pre-styled off-canvas menu layout 5. I'm just going to left click on that. Hit use this layout. And here it is. It's imported it into our theme builder here. And we've got various things that are grayed out. Basically, in this one, we've got an image up here, which is the logo. We've got a menu if you want one up here. And behind, we've got a full screen page. Then on top of that full screen page, we've got this little pop-up, which is really the only thing I want to use, which is the button and the pop-up. If I save this now and just show you what's going on, we'll save. We'll exit here. Make sure everything is saved here. We'll go back up to our home page and refresh. And we've got our new menu up there. Doesn't look very good. What it's actually done, it's added this whole full page thing. At the top, we've got our logo and the menu. I mean, if you want this sort of thing, that's fine. But really all I want out of this is the actual pop-up. When I click on here, you'll see it's going to pop up this nice little box here. And of course, you can put any content in here you want. I'm going to cheat in a minute and use the loop builder just to add some pages from our menu. And it's got a nice little X they can close out with up there. So like I say, I don't really want this bit at all. I just want the sort of pop-up thing, and I want the button to perhaps be on our menu. So let's customize it the way that we want. Close that out. Go back to our theme builder now. I've got another instance open here. Let's close that out. Back into our global header. And we can look at what we've got going on here with our layers to the left-hand side. If we go up here to where it says layers, we've got a header. If we expand that, inside there's a row. Looks like it's got a single column in there. Inside it's got the image, Divi logo, and a menu module. Well, the first thing I want to change is I want to put my logo in there. So I'm going to grab the image, just click on it that way. Here we are. Let's roll down. There's my logo. I'm going to pop that one in there. Perfect. As you can see, let's change that up there. And over here, we've got a menu. Now, obviously, you can go in there. You can change that to whatever menu you want. I've selected my main menu. And of course, you have to have created these menus in the dashboard appearance and menus. I'm going to be deleting that anyway. So for the time being, I'm just going to leave it on the main menu. Now, next up, we go in there. We've got another section. Inside, we've got the row, which has got our title in it. If we open up that row, it's got a column in it with a heading, our title right there, and the button. Like I say, I want the button. I don't want the title. Don't really want this section at all. But we'll deal with that in a minute. And we've got another row here. It's got a column that's got all that text in it. If I click on that text module, you can see it's got that full page of text there. Obviously, you can adjust that to whatever you want. I don't want it at all, so I shall be deleting that. And then we've actually got our off-canvas menu up here. If we click on that, that's another section. They've given it a nice admin label of off-canvas menu. It's got a row in it, and it's got all of our columns in it. Like I say, you can put anything you want in yours. They're using blur modules and a button. This is the top one here, just with some text and an icon for closing it. Next one is a blurb with an icon right there, and they've got a button module underneath. Great, well, let's keep what we want to keep, and let's get rid of what we don't want. So image and menu, I can get rid of that menu module at the top. If I roll up, that's up here. I'm going to get rid of that. In our next section, it's got that heading. I really don't want that in there. In fact, I can pretty much get rid of this whole section apart from the button. I'm going to move that button by just left clicking on it. I'm going to move it next to our image up here. So it's up in this section up here. Now this other section's all this full page stuff. I really didn't want that. So I'm going to delete this whole section. I just left clicked there on the three little dots and selected delete section. Great. Well, this is shaping up a bit more, but of course I want it to be more of the colors that I want on my site. We could have used the unstyled. Let's go into this row here. Looks like we need to add a new column for our button. So let's do that. Here's the column. If I go back one, let's just add a new column. And I can grab the button now, just drop it down in that column. Perfect. A little bit big for me while we're in it. I want it to just say menu or options or whatever you want yours to say. So I'm going to say menu. I'll leave the link itself because that is actually an interaction. It's going to pop up our little off-canvas menu here. Design-wise, I want it to be on the right-hand side. A little too wide for me. Text is okay. The button, let's make it the blue we've been using. So button background, let's turn that into blue. If it's got a border, I don't want one on there. Let's just have a look. Take that down to 0. And it's a little bit wide for me. So in the spacing, let's take it back to the default for top and bottom. Don't mind too much about left and right. And I want to give it a bit of margin so it's off the top and it's got a bit of space on the bottom. I think I used 7 pixels before, so I'm going to use that again. 7 pixels top. I'm going to hit the change so it puts 7 on the bottom also. Great. Now for this one right here, we'll go into this one. We've got some text right here. All I'm going to do is change that to our default blue. Great. And a little icon here. Now, here's a word of warning. If you click on this icon, it's going to close this. So you may, before you start messing with this icon, may want to do a quick save up here. Then we can go into the icon, or you can go into it this way. Here's the icon. Just click on it. All I want to do is change that blue. Icon color. Blue. Perfect. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get rid of all these columns apart from our top one. So I've only got one blurb, one column there, and then I'm going to use the looper rather than populate these individually, which you can do if you want to. So let's do that. I'm just going to go to the 3 buttons, hit delete column. I'm going to rinse and repeat. I'll pause the video for a second. Okay, I'm doing the last one there. Fantastic. Okay, I'm now going to go into the actual column that our one blurb and buttons sitting in right there by clicking on it. Let's take this to the column. I'm going to loop it by going down to loop element. Now you can loop anything you want. I don't really want to show posts. I want to show pages. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to hit pages there. I'm going to select the pages that I want. Specific ones right here. Let's have home, about, services, projects, pricing. I guess we'll round it up to 8. Sections, gallery, and I guess contact. Great. Now we can actually populate it with the content we want. So if we go into one of these blurb modules right here, as you can see, we're in the blurb. For the title, I want the page title. So we can roll over dynamic content, post title. Home, about, projects, pricing, perfect. And down below, let's hit apply, we can post the excerpt. Now, for anybody that doesn't know where this is coming from, obviously the title is the page name itself, home, about, etc. But the excerpt, I'll show you what that is in just a moment. Let's choose it, blue excerpt. As you can see, I've got a little description on each of my pages there. That's way too many words. Let's perhaps try 20 words. Even that might be too many. Let's go with perhaps 16. And I'm going to adjust the height on it so the buttons are all lined up nicely too. But just for anybody that doesn't know, let's just apply this. If I go to the dashboard, down to my pages, and we look at one of them, perhaps about here. Each of my pages, if we look at the page settings here, has got a little excerpt in it, and that's what it's pulling in. It's got a featured image too, and we've used those in the past. So you can pull these in with your looper, and they'll be different for each page. There we go. That was just for anybody that didn't know where that was coming from there. If we go back now, image and icon. Well, I'm going to leave that icon. I'm going to change it to a little arrow in a moment. In fact, let's do that while we're down here. I think I had a little one. Something like that. I want it to be blue. Same blue as we've been using, obviously. I might do that for the title as well. Title text, let's make that blue. Great. Now we've got a button down here that's going to take them to the page, but I also want to take them to the page if they click on the arrow or on the title or anywhere on this blog post. I want it to take them to the link. So to do that, very easy. While we're in the blurb, we go back to our content page, link down here. I'm going to go for the whole module right here. I'm going to go to dynamic content, loop link. So anywhere they click on that blur module will take them to that page in this particular case. Perfect. Now we got some little buttons down below here. Before we go on to those, let's give this a minimum height, probably about from 180, 150, something like that. So the buttons all line up. In design, close up our title text here. We can go down sizing to do that. I'm going to go for minimum height, min height right here. Let's try 150 pixels and see how we get on with that. Yeah, that's actually worked fine. All those buttons are nicely lined up for me. So we just need to style the buttons and link the buttons now to our home page or wherever it is you want to link yours. So we can go into those buttons. And because we're using a looper, once we do one, it's going to do all of them. Let's change that to perhaps more info. And the link, like I say, again, we want to go to the dynamic loop link. Perfect. Apply. And the button itself, just want to make that the same blue as we've been using. Button background. Going to make it that blue. Don't particularly want a border over behind it. Button border. And button text wants to be light in color. I want to give it a little more padding left and right. Button icon, I don't think I even want a button icon, so let's turn that off. Show button icon. Then in the spacing, I'm just going to give it a little more left and right. Let's try 15 pixels. Yeah, that'll work. Change checked. Perfect. Now, just for a bit more fun, I'm going to go into the row. I'm going to give this a dark background. In the row, I'm going to go down to background. Let's make it black. I'm going to take the opacity down just a little bit, maybe to 75%, so we've got a hint of whatever's behind it through when it pops up over. And just in case it's on a dark section, we want to make sure that people know it's a pop-up. So I'm going to give it a little border and a little bright box shadow. So let's close that background here, over in design. Here's the border. I'm just going to give it 1 pixel all around. I'm going to use that same crazy blue. And don't forget, the reason it's grayed out over here is because it's going to be hidden on the front end there with the interaction. And box shadow, we're going to do exactly the same thing all around. I'm going to use that same crazy blue color. Perfect. Now if we save our changes, this is what we had before. I mean, it did pop up nicely and everything, but now we started on our own. It should have got rid of that full screen bit there. Should just pop up with our menu on the top there and logo, and then we got the option to pop up the menu itself. So let's refresh this and see if it does that for us. Great, we got our little logo up there. We've got the button when I click on it. Going to pop up our little menu. It's got that glow around the back. I need to get our excerpt so we can see it. I'd failed to change that from dark to light. But apart from that, it's doing what we want. Let's just do that. Let's click on any one of these blurb modules. All I'm going to do is go in there. Body text. Might be helpful if we could actually see it. Let's take the opacity out so it's nice and bright. Great, we'll resave. We'll try that one more time. Refresh. And here we are again. Let's hit our little button. And there he is. This time we can actually read our excerpt right there. We click on one of these pages. It's going to take us to it. Just exactly what I wanted. So there we have it, guys. There is how to download, install and use one of the 6 off-canvas menus that they've got for you over here at the Elegant Themes site. And don't forget, I'll put the URL down below so you can get started on your own. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you've got any questions either about Divi 5 or Divi 4, pop them down below. I'll do my best to answer them for you or make a little demo video like this one. Now, the reason we've got a white bar down here for anybody that didn't know, on tablet and mobile, this is going to be too deep, so you're going to need to be able to scroll it. If I hit my F12 key, I'm using Google Chrome here. Here we have it on an iPhone. As you can see, we can scroll up and down, get all those menus. And on an iPad, not so bad. It actually fits on there, so that's okay. Just for anybody that was wondering, that's what that little scroll bar is for right there. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.